Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi there. I've
How are you, and how is everyone listening to this within the sound of our voice?
I'm doing okay. I had a busy morning slaying demons out and about.
Yeah, so I'm going to be very real. I'm not super sure what's going on, but it appears that a certain subset of the population has awakened on the 21st of December to some kind of superpowered existence.
Yeah, so I made it back in time for the podcast, but I had some things to do in the you know, in the after effect of awakening to justice, so to speak. But what is it that you
Oh
don't
yeah.
understand?
Who's getting superpowers and why? Mainly why?
Well, okay, so for those of you who don't know, like Pat here, as black people,
Hello.
genetically we're stronger and smarter than everyone else. So,
Okay.
and we're more creative.
Mm,
Uh, so as a result, on December 21st, our real DNA has been
mm,
unlocked, and the
uh-huh.
majority of you are soon going to see that we can do things that you once thought were fiction.
Okay, so the 21st is because what? It's solstice or it's Yule or
It's the Negro solstice. It's the
all right.
it's the closest that
The blackest day of the year.
when Saturn and Jupiter are closest to each other, and
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
they appear to be as one, and the
Mm-hmm.
unlocking of DNA occurs, and that's how you learn who you are as a people. Because they want to make us average, but the unlocking of
How,
DNA.
how how do mixed race people fit into this?
Mixed
Is it
race,
under Devil May Cry rules where they get like a
extra
larger
power.
power set but like slower?
I don't think so, because that would imply a mixture of humanity and non-humanity amplifying the ability, and I don't think that's what you're going for. However, I would say that perhaps it's maybe it's kind of like quirks.
Uh-huh.
But I did also see people hypothesizing that mixed people already have their beauty powers, so they're quite fine as is, looking
Uh-huh.
hotter than the average person. So
I see.
yeah.
So I'm
Did
out
it?
of luck with the power thing.
Well, I
My
mean,
DNA will not unlock, or it unlocked long ago.
it's well, I mean, it's you're not genetically stronger and smarter than everyone else or more creative. So,
Okay.
as someone who
I
is
can
on,
vouch for these things. I can, yeah. Uh-huh. This feels like a giant dunk on one dumb person.
that's correct.
This feels like one person said something real ignorant
She sure did.
and everybody just decided, you know what? Let's have a real fun with this.
It is the most appropriate response to some crazy ignorant shit I've seen in a long time, for the collective Black Twitter to get together, and the powers that range from, like, even the like, even those with like only a little bit of time on their hands were able to find a nice little transparent kufi on Google and stick it on your favorite character, or those with already established media careers were able to edit themselves, displaying superpowers, popping off, doing the various things that
I've been
your
seeing
favorite heroes could
videos
do.
of people doing their superpowers this
Yeah,
morning.
some people like Super Saiyaning. Some people like opening the Avatar, awakening. Some people just like good old fashioned capes and Justice League style. Everyone's got their own flex on it. Um, but overall, this is what's coming to be known as the Negro Solstice, and that's
Oh, I
soul
see. Okay.
with a U.
That's okay. See that. So originally I wasn't on board, but then you pointed out it uses a U. Now I'm on board.
There you go. There
That's
you go.
much better. That's a much better name.
So if you just go about
Did
your
Twitch know
um
about the solstice?
maybe Twitch was aware slightly in advance and started rolling
Because
out some rules. Maybe.
because before this gimmick popped off, depending on what the level of fear I should be displaying, I literally went and bookmarked the Twitch statement as a form of defense, in which it turns out they're infringing on your business, Wooly, in that Twitch is now giving out soft R or soft A passes to the world.
Well, first of all, I'm amazed at the fact that an official company statement has acknowledged the usage of hard R. That
Is this the first time?
That is, I think, probably the first time a distinction has been made officially on a terms of service, and that is incredible. Secondly,
Yeah, it literally has the phrase "use with a hard R."
Secondly, what you are referring to as my business was in fact a clientele list of addresses that I visited this morning.
Oh.
And business was handled as the solstice is upon us. It was a list of addresses to pay a future visit to. And now that that's all taken care of, we can start this podcast.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Well, Wally, last week we had a real fun podcast at the expense of one particular developer, that is CD Projekt Red. And I remember thinking to myself, I said, Pat, that sure was a lot of fun, but there's no way we could get into Fallout 76 kind of
well, that's
week or two kind of thing going on.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
And I was right. Because where Fallout 76 unfolded over the course of a, what was it, 6-month period?
Drip feed. Trickle every
We're
week. Getting
literally 10 news stories a week.
Oh, by the way, we are, and just before we completely move on, I would just like to thank that said crazy person on Twitter for giving me an excuse to hit the children up with karas.mp4 because
good one.
People don't know about karas.mp4
and Tatsunoko.
Yeah, they had to be hit with it. You know, every once in a while you're like, what am I? Oh, so there you go.
I'd like to, before we talk about Cyberpunk, I'd like to ask my correspondent, Zangief the dog, what he thought of Cyberpunk news this weekend. Zangief, if you have anything to say about Cyberpunk, could you please speak? Come on. There you go. Oh, you can't say that on Twitch, buddy. You can't do it. No. But that is pretty harsh words. Good job. Good job, buddy.
Only took 2
tries.
Yeah,
that shit's a mess.
Big flex.
He's an idiot. Zangief, speak. There you go. All right.
All right, you gotta give him. Hey,
good boy.
There you go.
Good boy. I love you. All right.
You gotta give him the.
He's much better about
bitch.
high fives. Speak is the hardest one for some reason.
I remarked that like it's kind of insane how he is like twice the size he was. Instantaneously. That was really fast.
Is Pat hiding treats in his asshole? Where else do you keep your treats, sir?
I feel like I've seen you do the exact same tricks for reasons.
Oh yeah, you do them over and over and over and over, and they lock in.
So, yeah, I suppose then, you know, that's...
Oh, I misunderstood what you meant. Oh, I'd do a high five for a reason.